strawberry. Let me get strawberry. I love it. Drop it in my drink. I say now we really drinking strawberry.
Hey y'all, so I am back with another video today, and today I am going to be talking about what I read in August. I didn't really read that much in August. I had some busy days. It looked like I just brushed my teeth, washed my face, and rolled out of bed. Honestly, that's kind of what I did. But I'm exhausted. I honestly, after I finish this, I may go back to sleep. I really am trying to get these videos out to y'all because y'all deserve content, but a bitch just tired. But I'm here. So I only read 3 books. Well, I only listened to 3 books. I wanted to listen to more, but I just ain't been having time, girl. But we're here to talk about what I've listened to and what I've enjoyed or whatever. So the first book I listened to in the month of August is On Rotation by Shirley. I don't know how to pronounce their last name. My apologies. But it's by that author. The book is basically about a Ghanaian American girl who is in medical school, and she basically has overbearing parents. What is her name? Angie. Her name is Angie, and she basically has overbearing parents, and her boyfriend breaks up with her in the beginning of the story, and you know, she basically navigates her feelings surrounding that, and she meets this guy named Ricky, and he is an artist who frequently volunteers at the hospital she you know, works at. And yeah, so it's basically about navigating her overbearing parents and, you know, basically standing up to them about, you know, what she wants to do with herself in her life. And then she's also navigating her love life. And yeah, this book was branded as romance, but it's actually more of a coming of age novel. But I guess it's fair to say that it's a mixture of coming of age with romance, because we do navigate the romance between Ricky and Angie. Ricky is also Mexican American, I think. He's Mexican, but I don't know if he's Mexican. Well, I think he's Mexican American. I think that's a good way to, like, I be trying to do these bios without, like, giving away too much, but I think the summary I gave is good enough. So it's basically a mixture of coming of age, navigating immigrant parents. A lot of people could relate to that. Navigating immigrant parents, you know, navigating a love life, you know, being young and, you know, trying to figure yourself out, you know, also having best friend issues, best friend breakups. So yeah, that's kind of what is going on in this book. I give this book a 4 out of 5 stars. Let me look at my notes. This, like I said, this book was more of a coming of age book than romance. I feel like this book was branded as romance. But it's more, to me, it's more so coming of age. But, you know, like I said, it is fair to say that it's a mixture of, you know, genres. What I did like about the book, I did love, like, the friendship dynamics between Angie and her friends. I don't remember her friend's name. I also did like the family and cultural traditions that were written in the book, with Angie being Ghanaian and then with Ricky being Mexican. I did really like that. I also did like the doctor aspect. Like, I like the fact of Angie being a doctor in terms of like how it was written in the story. It was very, not super detailed, but like you can tell that they did research. Well, I read on the author. The author of this book is a doctor, but like you can tell they put in, you know, the characteristics of being a doctor in the book. Like, you know how some people talk about, like let's say somebody is an astronaut in the book, but you don't talk about them, like you don't showcase them doing astronaut things, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was actually showcased of Angie doing doctor things and not just them talking about her being a doctor, you know what I'm saying? So I did like that. And I did also like how we were able to, like, you know, go on the journey of Angie being a doctor and why she wanted to, you know, be a doctor to help out, you know, because there's not many black doctors, and showcasing that passion about that, I really did like that. I did enjoy Ricky and Angie's kind of like nerdy romance. Like, it was cute. The only thing that I did not like, spoiler, only thing I did not like is like Angie and Ricky's like back and forth. Like the back and forth between them was making it hard for me to see it for them, because it's like, oh my god, do y'all like each other or not? You know what I'm saying? But I also really did enjoy the writing style of I did enjoy the writing style of this book as well. Yeah, like I said, the only thing that I disliked was Ricky and Angie's annoying ass relationship. Angie was also super insecure and like a self-sabotager, like, and selfish as well. Like, some of the things she did, it was just like, oh my god, like, girl, you is doing a lot. But I do highly recommend, especially if you have immigrant parents. I think this would be a good read for you. I don't have immigrant parents. I am a black American from the South. So, but I do understand how, like, other people will relate to this book. Yeah, so, yeah, I definitely highly recommend that book. So, next book I read was By the Book by Jasmine Guillory. The book is about this girl named Isabel, and I think she lives in New York, and she works as an editorial assistant for this book publishing company. And she wants to, you know, kind of make her way into becoming an editor for that company. So, for the editor that she works for, she's been trying to get this guy named Bo Towers, who is this kind of like famous, his parents are celebrities, so I think his mom was like a model and his dad was like a famous screenwriter for like movies. So he's like a very well-known celebrity kid or whatever. So she is trying to get this guy named Bo Towers to finish his what is it called when people write books about themselves? What is it called? Manuscript for his memoir. Girl, why did that take me so long? Anyway, so he's been constantly delaying, you know, trying to finish his memoir, whatever. So, the editor that Isabel works for made it an idea for Isabel to go out to California and visit Bo Towers and basically help him, stay over there and help him with his book so it could get finished and be done. So, yeah, I did not know this until I actually went on Goodreads, but apparently this book is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and now that somebody has said that, I can see it, because it did mention some like Beauty and the Beast elements, but I thought it was just a way, you know, a way of their writing style, using that type of figurative language to describe certain things. So now that I know that, I kind of want to give it a 4, but I don't know, like I'm in between like a 3.74. I don't know, because I think I gave it, what did I give this book? What I gave this book? Hold on, let me go to my notes. I'll be having like 5 different notes. I gave it a 3.5, but honestly, I kind of feel like it's not a 4. You know what? No, I think I want to give it a 4. Like, just a solid 4. Because I really don't remember what I had issues with. Let me just look at my notes, because I'm all over the place. Hold on. So, yeah, but Izzy kind of has this bubbly, optimistic personality, and then Botouch kind of has this grouchy, you know, personality. So I guess that's kind of how, you know, that Beauty and the Beast aspect play into it. So yeah, this is basically a romance novel. But I did fairly enjoy this book. But here's the thing, this book is similar to The Neighbor Favor. Like, if you read The Neighbor Favor and you read this book, it's oddly similar. But not really in terms of, like, well, you know what, yeah, kind of in terms of the characters and the characteristics, and kind of in terms of, like, the story and the storyline. I will say, like, I did enjoy this book more than The Neighbor Favor. So yeah, I would definitely give this book more so a 4, because I think I gave The Neighbor Favor like a 3.5. So I think By the Book can get a 4, a solid 4, a solid 4, a solid 4. I could give By the Book a solid 4. It was kind of cheesy and predictable with, like, certain instances of, you know, what happened in the book and, like, stuff like that. Even with kind of, like, the dialogue that they had was kind of cheesy. But now that I know that this book is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, like, you know, how cheesy, you know, like, it's gonna be some degree of cheese, you know what I'm saying? So, like, but I do recommend reading. I honestly do recommend reading it, but I honestly really recommend listening to the audio, because I really did enjoy the audiobook of this of By the Book. I did also kind of enjoy their romance as well. I did enjoy their romance, but the only thing that I dislike, spoiler, only thing that I dislike is that, like, it was sort of a slow burn, but it wasn't like it was kind of a slow burn, but it's like, I don't know, I guess I really didn't enjoy how slow burn it was. I don't know. I enjoy a good slow burn, but it wasn't like a canoodling scene or, you know, anything like that. So I guess, you know how you read a slow burn and you expect the romance to be like fireworks and more? It wasn't really that. It was more so a slow burn, and then, like, they're in love and you're like, oh, that's cute. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'll say that this book was entertaining, and it was pretty fun. Like, it was funny, it was cute. Her best friend was funny. I don't remember the best friend's name. I need to start remembering best friend names, because some of the best friends do be important. But girl, I be having a hard time trying to remember the names. Girl. But yeah, I do highly recommend to read. If you want, like, a cute little romance to read, something similar to The Neighbor Favor, but also a little bit better than The Neighbor Favor, read By the Book. The book I read was Skin of the Sea, and it's gonna get 5 out of 5 stars, because this book was just amazing. So this book follows, so Skin of the Sea is basically a book that combines Yoruba culture with, like, history of the transatlantic slavery, and then it's like a mixture of, like, mythology. I want to say African mythology. It's like a mixture of those cultures together in one, and it's just a really great historical fantasy novel. So it follows this girl named Simi, who is Mami Wata, which is how do I just, you know what, do I really want to give y'all that? Well, no. So Mami Wata is this how do I describe it? Mami Wata is basically this mermaid, not a, well, I guess you could say like a race of mermaids, and they basically save people who have like drowned or who have been on the transatlantic trade. So like, let's say somebody jumps overboard or pushes overboard, those mermaids basically come and like help them in a way. So that's basically what Mami Wata is. So basically she saves this boy named Kola that she found in the water, right? And he was basically tossed off of a slave ship into like the sea, right? So it is kind of forbidden for her to save someone who is already alive, right? So she ended up trying to save him, but he was alive in the deep water. She didn't realize it. So she rescued him anyway. And that kind of has like detrimental consequences with her, you know, being in Mami Wata and being, you know, so she still helps Kola to go back home and find his siblings and stuff like that, because his siblings basically have some type of special abilities as well. But she also has to kind of make up for the consequences that she has, because not only she gets in trouble, but like the gods that she serves gets in trouble for her consequences because they sent her out on these adventures, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's kind of what the story navigates. I just want to say that I loved everything about this book. First of all, this book has 3.8 stars on Goodreads. And like, when I saw that this book had 3.8 stars on Goodreads after I read it, I was like, why? And of course, when I do my investigations, it's because people don't understand the book. And I just want to say that I would like to ban people off of Goodreads when it comes to judging historical books like this. Like, I just strongly dislike it, because it's like, it's messing up, like, it messes up the algorithm for these Black authors who are putting out good work. Now listen, I'm not saying that white people do not need to be reading, you know, Black historical books, but like, you don't, the only reason why I know you're rating it what you're rating it, and I look at your comment as to why you're rating it because you don't understand the history, you don't understand the mythology surrounding the book, you know what I'm saying? And it just bothers me. Like, it just bothers me all around. Like, when I read a really, really good book by a Black author who implements heavy Black culture, whether it's African or African American, whatever, and I go and look at the ratings and it's low, and then I'm trying to figure out why it's low, and then I go and do my investigations, and it's people who basically are rating it low because they don't understand it. Like, it truly bothers me so much, like, because this book is amazing, like, down to the writing, down to just the writing styles, the details of like everything, describing like situations and like scenes that happen in the book. Like, even the plot twist within this book, like, I enjoyed the plot twist that happened in this book. Like, here's the thing, like, I know I complained about plot twists, but my issue with plot twists is like, sometimes y'all plot twists be obvious. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes y'all plot twists be obvious. Like, don't give me a obvious plot twist, because to me, it's just lazy. Like, if you're gonna give me a plot twist, it needs to be good. Like, I need to be too stunned to speak. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to be too stunned to speak. Like, and that's what this, it just was just everything. Like, even at the end of the book, like, the end of the book was so sad, but like, just how everything was described between like Cola and Simi, and just, it just moved me. I wanted to add that you can tell that Natasha Bowen really did research. Like you could tell she really did research on like mythology and on sirens and mermaids, and like you could just tell that she really heavily did research with that, and research with the transatlantic slaves. Like you could just tell she just did all around research and like thought. Like, you could just tell she did all of that and put all of that thought into the book. Like, it's just too good. Like, just so, like, if you read this book or listen to it, like, in the details of like Mami Wata and like certain like it's just, you could just tell she's done her due diligence and used that to the best of her ability to give a well thought out and just well detailed and well written historical black fantasy novel. And I have to stand this book, even if I'm not a fan of the second book, which, you know, more times than not that happens when you know you have a series. But like, I stand this book. I'm sorry. You talented girl. Like, I have to get the second book. My best friend, she bought the second book. I think, yeah, she has the physical. She reads physical copies and like digital on her Kindle. So I think she has the physical copy. But I'm gonna have to get it, because like, I have to know what happens further within this story. But like, just Natasha, you are a talented ass, lyrical ass writer. And you know what? I aspire to have that level of writing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just so immersed into the story. Like, I had to start over because I was like, wait a minute, I'm not focused as much as I want to be focused, because I had just so much other stuff going on and like my personal life. So I was like, hold on, I'm gonna pause, because I feel like it's something great in this book. So you know what? To give this book a fair chance, I'm gonna start over. So I started over 40% in. 40% in. You know what? I'm glad I went with my intuition and I did, because this book here, I slick want to give it book of the year. I don't even know what book I would give book of the year. I need to do my notes, girl. I've just been a flop ass YouTuber, but oh well. But anyway, I highly recommend Skin of the Sea. Like, if you are a girl who's into like black fantasy, black mythology, just, you know, African mythology, historical fantasy, read Skin of the Sea. Read Skin of the Sea. You won't regret it, okay? But yeah, those are all the books that I read. I have not started reading nothing this month, girl. Child, it's just been busy. My birthday just passed. It's just been busy. But I haven't started reading nothing this month. It's only the 9th, but like, oh girl. If you enjoyed this video, please give this video a like, and also comment down below what you read last month. What are you reading this month? What's on your TBR? Have you read any of these books? Tell me what you thought about them. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Okay.